So we are taking some of the points about the Roman Pontiff, the Pope. We saw a number of adjectives to qualify the power of the Pope. No? It was the last. The resignation of the Pope also is mentioned there. 332 I mentioned. De jure it is possible, and de facto also we know Pope Benedict has resigned. Does it need anyone to accept the resignation of the Pope? No need. No need. That is mentioned in 332 paragraph 2. 333 says that the Pope has power over the whole church and over all persons and institutions. So paragraph 1 I read. 333, by virtue of his office, Roman Pontiff not only has power over the universal church, but also has preeminent ordinary power over all particular churches and their groupings. Over all dioceses, Pope has power. So groupings, for example, ecclesiastical province or region or episcopal conference. The Pope has power over all dioceses, all groupings of dioceses. All groupings of dioceses. That is mentioned there. This is not to unnecessarily interfere in the power of the bishop, but only to defend the power of the bishops. Only important matters he may intervene. Only very important matters the Pope may intervene. I already told you about the principle of subsidiarity, isn't it? What is principle of subsidiarity? The higher authority should not unnecessarily interfere in what is entrusted to lower authority. There must not be too much of distance between the level of decision making and its implementation. What should be done at the lower level should be done at that level. That's why, being conscious of that canon says the power of the Pope. See the last sentence in 333 paragraph 1. This reinforces and defends the proper ordinary and immediate power which the bishops have in their own particular churches. So canon 381 and 391 speak about the power of the bishops. Both canon 381 and 391. 381 says the bishop has in his diocese proper power, ordinary power, immediate power. Proper means he exercises in his own name. Formerly, bishops were supposed to exercise the power in the name of the Pope. Now, bishop also is vicar of Christ. So, therefore, bishop exercises power in his own name. And then he has ordinary power, power that is attached to the office. Immediate power, he can directly exercise. So it is not an interference because Pope's power is mentioned. And then the Pope is joined by other bishops in exercising his office. Supreme authority in the church is exercised in two ways. One is the Roman Pontiff personally, by the Roman Pontiff alone personally. The second is the Roman Pontiff together with the College of Bishops. This is collegially. So when we speak of supreme authority of the church, we include both. The Roman Pontiff can alone exercise supreme authority, and also Roman Pontiff can exercise the same supreme power collegially together with the College of Bishops. College of Bishops. Some of the things I say may not be exactly present in the code as it is. So you have to take down these points. Okay. And then the last paragraph, there is neither appeal nor recourse. I told you the difference between the word appeal and recourse. Appeal is against the lower judgment to the higher court, lower court. Recourse means from lower authority, lower superior to the higher superior. There is neither appeal nor recourse against a judgment or decree. Again, against a judgment it is appeal. Against a decree or decision it is recourse. There is no appeal or no recourse. Pope says everything is finished. As yesterday they said Roma, locuta causa e finita. Roma locuta est. Rome has spoken. Rome means Pope. Pope has spoken. Cause is finished. Don't talk about it. That is it. All right. See, Rome has spoken. Nobody can speak against it. Then the bishops must cooperate with the bishops, especially the cardinals. That is mentioned in 334. You know it. So bishops and cardinals cooperate with the Pope. And the last canon, when the Roman see is vacant or completely impeded, no innovation is to be made. This is the general principle even at the diocesan level. So please know this Latin saying, sede vacante, then complete it. Already I said, sede vacante. Nobody passes then in canon law exam when you don't know this saying. Sede vacante, you should immediately say nihil innovator. No innovation is to be made. At least use in the next drama this Latin word. Sede vacante, nihil innovator. So others will be edified by it when you use some Latin expressions. So the regent thinks he is the parish priest when he is on holiday 1 week. 1 week he acts as the parish priest and overacts. Not only acts but overacts. No innovation is to be made. Go on, ring the bell at the same time. Don't change the timing of ringing the bell. Everything accordingly it has to go. Same thing applicable when the Roman see is vacant. No innovation is to be made. This is repeated again in canon 420-28, I think. When the see is vacant, no innovation is to be made. Take that canon also. 428. When the see is vacant, no innovation is to be made. Sede vacante. The administrator is there only temporary. No innovation is to be made. Any question regarding the Pope before we go to Ecumenical Council and Synod of Bishops? In general, you know, he is a supreme pastor, successor of Peter, head of the College of Bishops. His power is supreme, full, ordinary, immediate, universal, and all we saw. If he wants, he can resign. He exercises his supreme authority either alone or together with the College of Bishops. He does not normally interfere in the power of the bishop. He defends the power of the bishops. Yes, he has power over all the bishops. Anybody, any disciplinary action he can take against anybody. There is no appeal. Normally he acts through the departments, that is the Vatican congregations, what is known as dicasteries, the 9 congregations. Like through them he acts, and final appeal is of course to him or recourse. But one thing the church has always opposed, the theory of conciliarism. You know what is the theory of conciliarism? It is a theory that says the council is bigger than the Pope. Council is not bigger than the Pope. Only when the Pope becomes insane can the council act. That means he is no more existing. He has come to a moral death, that's all. Has become off his head. That is it. Otherwise, it is a difficulty. The Holy Spirit would not leave the church, and that's it. That's more a question, theological question you have to ask. We should have only one Pope who is at the same time head of the church. It is true. The most difficult article of faith is not I believe in resurrection, I believe in incarnation. Father Legrand always says the most difficult tenet of our creed is I believe in the church. In spite of all these politics, immorality, partiality, counter witness to the values of Christ, still the Spirit of God is guiding the church. Still we are believing. That is the most difficult aspect of the faith, that the Lord will not leave His church. That is it. Okay, we come to the College of Bishops. 336 says, head of the college is Supreme Pontiff. Members are bishops. So how is one member? Not only episcopal consecration alone is not enough, plus hierarchical communion. 2 requirements to be a member. hierarchical communion with the head and the college. Any bishop who has received episcopal consecration and is in hierarchical communion belongs to the college of bishops. Belongs to the college of bishops. The college of bishops exercises power over the universal church in a solemn form in the ecumenical council. Solemn form. Ecumenical council. That is 337. It also exercises the same power, even though when the bishops are scattered, also it can exercise the power. Bishops are scattered all over the world. This is ordinary form. The college of bishop exercises when they are all united. Solemn form and ordinary form. So you will study in your ministry the solemn magisterium, and in this context we should also remember the ex cathedra pronouncements of the Pope plus ecumenical council in a solemn form. Then ordinary magisterium also can be infallible. The infallible magisterium may be exercised in the solemn form, that is ex cathedra pronouncements. Pope teaches something on faith and morals. He wants it to be believed and followed, and in that way also infallibly he teaches. The Spirit's assistance is there on matter of faith and morals, and also they can teach. There is also ordinary form, also infallibility. Pope and the bishops are united in teaching something on faith and morals. Okay, that is more a question of theology. Supreme power is exercised both in the solemn form and ordinary form. Solemn form means one is ex cathedra statements, another is the ecumenical council. Ordinary form, bishops are all over the world but united with the Pope after consulting or together in union with them. Pope talks on a matter of faith and morals, and then he says that it has to be observed. That is it. Now we take up ecumenical council. Ecumenical council. The 21st ecumenical council is Vatican II, starting from the Council of Nicaea. The first four councils were convoked by the emperors, it seems, but they discussed important doctrinal matters. You know, Council of Nicaea, Council of Constantinople, Council of Chalcedon, Council of Ephesus, Council of Chalcedon. Some of them call it four gospels also, these councils, because as you studied last year in your Christology, important doctrinal matters on the person of Christ, Holy Spirit, and these things were discussed in the four councils. Afterwards, of course, always the popes who took the lead in convoking and presiding over the councils. You have studied in your Christology all this. Vatican II, according to some, is the 21st Ecumenical Council. So who presides? Pope. Who convokes? Pope. Who determines the agenda? Pope. Who promulgates? Pope. Everything is the prerogative of the Roman Pontiff in the Ecumenical Council. Who are the members? Only bishops. As I already said, bishops who are in hierarchical communion, consecrated bishops. Some others who are equivalent to bishops may be invited and their role will be specified. Plus some observers and other invited members also can be present. But the ecumenical council is consisting of only bishops. All bishops and only bishops. Diocese bishops, auxiliary bishops, titular bishops, all bishops are members of the ecumenical council. Yesterday Deacon spoke about the third Vatican Council. We don't know when it is to take place. Now there are about 5,000 and odd Catholic bishops. To have all of them in one hall and then allowing them to speak and talk is going to be a very, very difficult proposition altogether. When Vatican II took place, there were only about 2,000 and odd bishops, 2,300, 400 like that. Now the number of bishops have doubled. In these 50 years, more than 5,000 bishops are there. Having 5,000 people, who is what, who is speaking, who is listening, it's going to be a big problem also. But still it is possible. So many things are possible like that. One more ecumenical council can come. But one thing is, it is deliberative. It is deliberative. The other thing is contrast ecumenical council and synod of bishops. Ecumenical council is right from the beginning, from the 1st century, or some even call the first ecumenical council is the Council of Jerusalem under Peter. So we are different ways of counting it, but others say Council of Nicaea is the first ecumenical council. Synod of bishops. The Synod of bishops is the creation of Vatican II. In the Synod of bishops, you have representatives of the bishops from all over the world. Representatives of the bishops from all over the world. This is consultative. Here all bishops, here representatives, here deliberative. This is consultative. Synod of bishops may be ordinary assembly or extraordinary assembly. Ordinary assembly or extraordinary assembly. Last year we had the third extraordinary assembly, 2014. Before that, 1985, they wanted to discuss 20 years after Vatican II. They discussed. And before that, the first one, relationship between Pope and the bishops. There have been 3 extraordinary assemblies last year, including last year. First one, relation between Pope and bishops. 1985, 20 years after Vatican II. And then 2014, it is synod, extraordinary synod on family and evangelization. Starting from 1967, we have so far had 13 ordinary assemblies. And after each assembly, normally they come out with a document, which is nowadays called post-synodal apostolic exhortation. Post means after. After the synod, synodal apostolic exhortation. This is the document. Can any of you mention any of the post-synodal apostolic exhortation? There have been 13 ordinary assemblies. First synod, there was no document. It was on faith in general. Afterwards, there were so many documents, so many synods. Every 3 years, every 4 years, there was a synod. Synod on, once again, family. Any document, you are all very knowledgeable. So one of the synods is, already one was there on family. It was followed by Familiaris Consortio. That is the document on the synod on family. There was a synod on catechesis, Catechesi Tradende. That was the post-synodal apostolic exhortation. There was a synod on laity, Christi Fidelis Laici. There was a synod on religious. That is Vita Consecrata. The document was Vita Consecrata. There was a synod on seminarians. Seminarians. The document is Pastores Dabo Obes. Pastores Dabo Obes. There was a synod on bishops. Pastores Gregis. There was a synod on Eucharist. So at least each of you should learn at least 5 post-synodal exhortation. There was a synod on reconciliation. There was a synod on reconciliation. So many topics were exhausted. Then they asked on the word of God now. Once again going back, one on family. Synod on evangelization. Evangelii Nunciandi. Evangelii Nunciandi. These are ordinary assemblies, representatives of the bishops gather from all over the world. Normally for 25 bishops, 1 representative will go. In India, 100 bishops, 4 representatives will go for the ordinary assembly. In addition, we also have special assemblies. That is for different regions. There have been some 7 or 8 special assemblies. Synod for Europe, Synod of Africa, Synod for Asia. Ecclesia in Asia is the post-synodal apostolic exhortation after the special assembly, means for a particular region in the church. Please know it. So I am simultaneously introducing to you both Ecumenical Council and the Synod of Bishops. Compare and contrast Ecumenical Council and Synod of Bishops. In Ecumenical Council there is no different kinds. Synod only you have ordinary, extraordinary. In addition, special assemblies meant for different regions. Here all the bishops, here representatives of the bishops. Representatives of the bishop. There is a permanent secretariat also which deals with the functioning of the synod and so on. Otherwise, any questions on this? You can read the next 15 canons and you will understand what is synod, what is ecumenical council, like that. Suppose during the synod Pope dies, synod is suspended. It is for the next Pope to continue it. Same thing happened. Vatican II, Pope John the 23rd was there. Then it was continued by Paul the 6th. These are the consultative bodies at the universal church. Top to bottom we have collegiality, co-responsibility in the church. Any question before we go through the canons? You have to read by yourself because you should know only in a general way all that. For postgraduate level, I will take each canon and say what does it mean and all. That's not needed for you. You should not say we have never heard about ecumenical council like that. Or Synod of Bishops. Now Synod of Bishops is the representatives, bishops from all over the world will come and discuss with the Pope on that. Formerly it was 4 weeks, whole month of October, 2nd to 28th, like that. 4 weeks it was there. Now it is reduced to 3 weeks. Yes, also what is the value of this document? So usually the first comes lineamenta. First document is the lineamenta of the synod, preparation for the synod. Then it is called the working document, instrumentum laboris. That is the next document. Before the synod it will come, they will discuss this. Instrumentum laboris. Then the synodal fathers will give the propositions to the Pope. And based on the propositions which are voted, though they are consultative, they will be given to the Holy Father who comes out with the apostolic exhortation. So this is the stage of the document. Here consultation level, this is the working document. Then during the synod they will give the propositions. And all these people Pope will have in mind and come out with a document. So this is the ordinary teaching of the church, the magisterium of the church. It knows the mind of the church, we are supposed to follow it. But they are not as strict as law. Law is strictly obligatory, the code is strictly obligatory, but we have to accept them with Christian obedience and follow them. So what the Holy Father says like that. For example, now one of the things they will be discussing is whether to give communion to the married and divorced. This is a big problem. As I said, if they are divorced, no problem, but they are in invalid marriage, how to give communion? That's going to be a hard topic also. Then the law of the church should be changed and the instruction should be given. What is law? What is mere teaching? Recommendation must be distinguished. Okay, we will go through the canons fast. You will understand. I said in a general way, you have understood that. 338 speaks about, use this number of verbs with regard to the right of the Pope, with regard to convoking the ecumenical council. See, in that number of verbs are used. Who alone can summon or convoke the ecumenical council, preside over it, transfer it, suspend it, dissolve it, approve its decrees. Everything is the Pope. So everything, number of verbs are used regarding the council. Pope determines. In the second paragraph, number of other things. Determine the agenda, establish the order to be observed. But if others propose, Only with the approval of the Pope it will come to be effective. Others also can propose the agenda. The same words are more or less used also in Canon 344 with regard to the Synod also. Same things are used. Same words are used. You see, Pope convenes, ratifies, prescribes the outline, determines the agenda, presides it, concludes it, transfer it. What is given there in a paragraph, here given point by point. Only verbs are the same, more or less. Verbs are the same. So both with regard to the Synod and the Ecumenical Council, Pope has the power. Okay, 339. Who are members? I already told. All bishops who are members. Okay, deliberative vote. They all have What happens during the vacancy? 340. And only when Pope signs, the decrees oblige. So you asked me, what is the binding force? You asked, no? The binding force of the Ecumenical Council is more serious than the Synod. Synod is more a teaching, but Ecumenical Council, it is very much binding. Very much binding. That's all that is given there. Okay, Synod of Bishops. Only thing is, I did not explain elaborately about the purpose of the Synod. The purpose of the Synod is given in the second part of 342. The bishops assist the Pope in the defense and development of faith and morals. First purpose. Helping the Pope in the defense and development of faith and morals. Paraphrase it and write in your own words. Second, preserve and strengthen ecclesiastical discipline. Preserve and strengthen ecclesiastical discipline. Third, treat questions concerning mission of the church. 3 purposes mentioned. One more, fourth purpose, promote close relationship between Pope and the bishops. That is given in the first part. Fourth purpose, promote close relationship between the Pope. That's why Synod. Synod is representative, but Ecumenical Council, all the bishops are supposed to be there. Okay. See, second 343 says, Synod is only consultative. Synod is only consultative. 344, same words are used. General Assembly can be ordinary or extraordinary. So the ordinary, extraordinary is General Assembly. I should have said first general when it is meant for the whole church. General may be ordinary, extraordinary. Another is special assembly for a particular region. It has a secretariat. That's enough for Synod. So what is the difference between Synod and the Ecumenical Council? In the Eastern churches, when the bishops of the Syro-Malabar Church or Syro-Malankara Church gather, suppose these 50 bishops of Syro-Malabar Church gather, it is called Synod. It is not representative. All the bishops are there. Here also all the bishops are there. We call it CCBI. But Syro-Malabar and Malankara call Synod. Synod. All the bishops are there. But that is deliberative, not consultative. But the Synod in the Latin Church for the whole, Synod at the Universal Church is consultative. Okay, then we come to Cardinals. A few words about Cardinals. So let us follow the canons. I don't go into the history. What is the primary function of the Cardinals? That is, first canon says, primary duty of the Cardinals. Electing the Roman Pontiff and cooperating with him. 2 functions of the Cardinals are electing the Roman Pontiff. There are presently about 220 cardinals and 100 cardinals are above 80. 100 cardinals are above 80. And we had the youngest cardinal. Now some others became younger to him. 2 new cardinals became younger to him. Cardinal Isaac Tottungal, Clemis of the Syro-Malankara Church, president of CBCI. He was the youngest. Now he is the 3rd youngest. He is 56 years of age. One more is 56, born a few months earlier. and one more is 55 to other cardinals. According to the University Dominici Gregis, maximum number of cardinal electors should be 120. Those who are 80 are disqualified from electing, from voting. They can only pray outside the consistory. That is it. Their primary duty is this one. So cardinals, the 100 cardinals are above 80, please pray for them. They have lost the right of voting. I think the oldest cardinal is 99. On a Italian cardinal, 99 years of age. The oldest cardinal. Between 80 to 99, there are about 100 cardinals. Cardinals' main duty, elect the Pope and cooperate with the Pope more closely than the bishops as and when they are called. Okay, we go through them as much as possible. 350 speaks about, just as you have community death, the 4 groups, cardinals have 3 groups. That's all. All are cardinals only. All are cardinals. They are the 3 groups. Name is deacons, priests, and bishops. Cardinal deacon, cardinal priest, cardinal bishops. Cardinals are divided into 3 groups. Don't think some of them are remaining deacons. No. So it is the name of the group. Cardinal deacon, cardinal priest, cardinal bishop. Cardinal bishop. All are bishops only. But their group name is bishop. Okay. Who are the cardinal bishops? See, near Rome there are 7 suburban dioceses. The churches, some cardinals are given the titles. They belong to the episcopal order. Episcopal order. 7 churches near Rome. Also Eastern Rite patriarchs. Also Eastern Rite patriarchs. Who are cardinal priests? Normally cardinal priests are those who are diocesan bishops in their respective dioceses. Cardinal priests are diocesan bishops in their respective dioceses. Example, Cardinal Oswald Gracious. They are diocesan bishops. Archbishop of Bombay is a cardinal. He belongs to cardinal priests. And then you have cardinal deacons. These cardinals assist the Pope in the Roman Curia. Mostly they assist the Pope in the Roman Curia. This is with regard to the cardinals. It is said if you are 10 years in diaconal order, then you can ask for being promoted to the priestly order. When they are standing in the queue, first cardinal deacon. In the queue always small people must go front. Then cardinal priests. Then cardinal bishops. Then Pope. So order, priority of order must be respected. All are bishops only. So it is one of the right of the senior cardinal deacon to announce to the people, Habemus Papam, we have a Pope, from the balcony. Among these 3, anybody, even you can become Pope. You are male Catholic, need not be a cardinal. You should be a male, you should be a Catholic. Right to be elected, you also can be elected. Right to be elected as Pope, provided you should be male. You have to check whether you are male. Who can become Pope? Any baptized Catholic male is eligible to become Pope.